Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here live in a showcase of the Immortals. It's a sold-out crowd here tonight at Las Vegas, Nevada, here at Wrestlemania. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is going one-on-one with the likes of the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. The Nightmare Jordan Styles has been through hell and high water going against a corporation. And the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns and that bastard, the final boss, The Rock. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is here to rewrite his wrong in losing and getting injured to the likes of Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. But the Nightmare Jordan Styles is here now. Elimination Chamber winner set to take place in the 3 stages of hell match against the chosen one, Roman Reigns. The Nightmare Jordan Styles was injured by Roman and his lackeys. And then he was put on the shelf for 3 months. He came back, attacked the likes of Roman Reigns, asked for a title match, took the title back. Then, and it was an emergency halt called by the board of TKO and the final boss, The Rock. They robbed the Nightmare Jordan Styles of his title, and they gave an absolute screw job. And then Roman Reigns held the title until WrestleMania here tonight. Roman Reigns has been trying to avoid the Nightmare Jordan Styles, and he needs to get it done here tonight. The Nightmare Jordan Styles lost his World Heavyweight Championship back at Saturday night's main event to the likes of LA Knight. He moved on to the Royal Rumble, lost to Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker is our new World Heavyweight Champion, and he has faced the likes of Drew McIntyre, beating him into oblivion. The badass has taken it to an all-new height, but here we go. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, the Undisputed Champion, is here tonight and looking to set the record straight on who is the number one in this industry. And will it be the Nightmare Jordan Styles, or will it be who everybody already believes it's gonna be in the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns? Breakker proved that he's real deal, but now the ultimate test is set. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is going one-on-one with the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, and he is locked and loaded, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to acknowledge your Tribal Chief. Let's go in a sold-out crowd here for WrestleMania. I got my ones up. The Tribal Chief is set to take way in his absolute banger of a match with the Nightmare Jordan Styles for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Will the likes of the Nightmare Jordan Styles be able to pull it off here tonight, or will he fall short from glory? He has went through the Elimination Chamber, beating 5 other competitors. He has lost the Royal Rumble. He has took the World Heavyweight Championship from Roman Reigns when he was a double champ. And now he's looking for his precious back. The WWE Undisputed Championship. The gold of all gold. The winner of all winner. And he wins this here tonight on the grandest stage of them all. The Nightmare Jordan Styles will etch his name in WWE history, or will he be a stepping stone on the mountain, which is Roman Reigns? We're going to find out here tonight. We have a massive steel cage match coming up. We have a massive I Quit match coming up. And we have a massive last man standing match for this Undisputed Championship. And the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is locked in. The Tribal Chief knows what is at stake. If he loses position in here tonight, I don't think that he'll ever be able to bounce back. If the Nightmare Jordan Styles takes hold of this WWE Undisputed title, the Ascension era will go to an all-new stratosphere, and Roman's reign of terror will end where it began, with stealing for the Nightmare Jordan Styles, and the Nightmare Jordan Styles stealing it back. But we're going to find out here in a few short moments as we'll acknowledge the Tribal Chief one more time. Will he be Undisputed Champion walking in to Raw on Netflix? We're going to find out after this beautiful match takes way. It's the Undisputed Champion Roman Reigns against the Nightmare Jordan Styles, and it's set to take way. We have an absolute slobberknocker going on. We have an absolute banger, and it's going down. The Nightmare Jordan Styles, the Tribal Chief, the animosity has been building up. And I tell you right now that Roman Reigns locked up with the Nightmare Jordan Styles isn't going to be good. But the Nightmare Jordan Styles is willing to risk it all for that gold and glory. Will he get it done? Will he take the title off of Roman? We're going to find out in just a few short moments. Or will the Tribal Chief show you why he is the head of the table? There won't be no bloodline interference. There won't be no corporation interference. It will just be Roman Reigns going one-on-one with the Nightmare Jordan Styles in a steel cage. This match is about to take way, and it's the likes of Mike Rome introducing the match. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is fired up. He has been through so much to get to this match on the grandest stage of them all, the showcase of the Immortals, Wrestlemania. Can he beat the likes of the Tribal Chief in the most comfortable state Roman Reigns is in? And going toe-to-toe at the grandest stage of them all, Roman Reigns has everything to lose and nothing to gain facing the Nightmare Jordan Styles. The industry is watching backstage. The corporation is watching backstage. Who will be the men amongst men? Who will be the world, the WWE, and your champion? Becoming the Undisputed Champion. Will it be the Nightmare Jordan Styles? Or will it be Roman Reigns? The Nightmare Jordan Styles is finally one-on-one with the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
Everyone has been waiting for this.
And you can see what's going on here is a stare down. And Roman hits Jordan Styles with a spear instantly. And it's a kick out by the Nightmare Jordan Styles. My goodness. A German suplex. Where did Roman find that?
What's the strategy for making it?
And Roman, what a neck breaker. Roman's climbing up after spearing at him and hitting him with a neck breaker. And he's looking to climb out of the cage. What will Roman do? No. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is grabbing him. No. What is he doing? He's going after Roman. He's going after Roman. And he's pulling Roman back. Roman almost got out of here in the early stages of this match. And he's pulling Roman down, hitting him with a huge power bomb. And the Nightmare Jordan Styles begins to taunt the WWE Universe. Those Roman fans are in attendance. And the Nightmare Jordan Styles is going for a pinfall. And it's knocked out by Roman Reigns. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is setting up for a Nightmare knee and is hit. He struck the Nightmare Jordan Styles, struck him and needs a kick out by Roman Reigns. Here we go. He's up top. What is he thinking? Corkscrew. Oh my goodness. The Nightmare Jordan Styles has Roman Reigns in a bad way. And Roman's crawling to the corner, but to no avail because the Nightmare Jordan Styles locks him up. He has him in a heel hook, stretching out the heel of Roman Reigns. Roman's in a bad way. He's crawling into the corner, and he's sending Roman into the, oh my goodness, he sends him into the ring post, and he tries to go for a stomp out, but it's no good. Roman counters, and it's a pin. No, what's Roman thinking? And it's a sling blade by the Nightmare Jordan Styles. He's going up top, and he can be think of it all. He tries to go for a coup de grace, and it's missed. And he tries to go for a combo, and it's countered by Roman. Huge blow. A headbutt by Roman Reigns, knocking out the Nightmare Jordan Styles. And he's going for it all. It's a Superman punch. It's countered by the Nightmare Jordan Styles sling blade. And my goodness, the Nightmare Jordan Styles was 1 inch away from hell in this 3 stages of hell match. And he's going for it all. And he tries to go for it all, but it's no good. Roman's countered, and he's busted wide open. An elbow drop, another elbow drop, and a third elbow drop courtesy of the Nightmare Jordan Styles. He's going back up top, and oh my goodness, a springboard moonsault. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is taken away. He's sent to the ring. No, he takes him off. There's a spear out of nowhere. The Nightmare Jordan Styles can be out. And oh my goodness, the Nightmare Jordan Styles kicks out. Roman had him right where he wanted him. And it's clothesline. Oh my goodness, those vicious clotheslines by Roman. Vintage Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief is setting up for something big, but no, it's no good. Sling blade. The Nightmare Jordan Styles sets it up again, and it's at a stalemate. Coup de grace. The Nightmare Jordan Styles has it ready. What do you want? 2, 3, and the Nightmare Jordan Styles wins the first fall in his 3 stages of hell match. He won the steel cage match, locking the Nightmare one-on-one with Roman Reigns, and look at his face. He's dazed. And the last man standing match is next for this WrestleMania main event of night 2.
No joke.
What will happen if the Nightmare Jordan Styles gets it done? Can he get it done in his second fall in his 3 stages of hell match? Roman's here. Oh my goodness, he tries to go for a neck breaker, but it's no good. The Nightmare Jordan Styles with a huge knee.
This is going to be all about breaking.
And there's a springboard moonsault, but it's missed. Calculated. Roman's done. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is in bad shape, and it's a gut-wrench powerbomb, but it's a counter by the Nightmare Jordan Styles. Roman can't gain an inch in this match. He just lost the last fall, and if he loses this one, he can lose his Undisputed Championship.
The champion hammered away at, taking a few licks.
The Nightmare Jordan Styles slings him into the corner, and he throws him down, and he's going up top. What is he thinking? High risk, a drop kick.
Incredible precision.
And the Nightmare Jordan Styles is making it known with the Tribal Chief. It is another sling blade. The Nightmare Jordan Styles has the Tribal Chief right where he wants him, sends him into the ring. In the turnbuckle, he tries to take him up top. It's a counter by the Tribal Chief. The Tribal Chief runs towards him. It's a huge boot. And no, He goes outside the ring and the tribal chief begins to get fired up. And here we go. A steel chair to the head. Oh, a spear! A spear by Roman Reigns. 1, 2, the Nightmare Jordan Styles is out from that spear. We're at 3. We're at 4. We're at 5. We're at 6. We're at 7. We're at 8, but the Nightmare Jordan Styles stands tall.
And again, Roman goes out.
Sending the Nightmare Jordan Styles. Oh my goodness, a barricade. And he's on top of the barricade, looking for a coup de grace. The viciousness in the Nightmare Jordan Styles is showing the animosity between these two WWE superstars in a huge steel. Oh my goodness, he's absolutely brutalizing him with those steel steps. No way. The Nightmare Jordan Styles takes the steel steps again. And he's taking them to Roman Reigns, but it's a miss. And he sends them to the other steel steps. Roman, oh my goodness, a huge boot from Roman Reigns. And a clubbing blow. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is being, know what is going on. Know what's going on. The Nightmare Jordan Styles fights out of it. And he sends them to the barricade. And it's a DDT by the Nightmare Jordan Styles. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is showing no remorse to the tribal chief Roman Reigns. And he runs in. He runs in the ring. And then he runs out. And he's coming to the announce table. But it's a steel chair from Roman Reigns to the back of the head. Roman is taunting the Nightmare Jordan Styles. And it's not looking good. And what is the Nightmare Jordan Styles thinking? It's a, oh my goodness, a German suplex by the Nightmare Jordan Styles. We're at 2. They came to this side of the match. And this match, this last man standing match, is taking a turn for the worse because he's coming to that Spanish announce table. And he's bringing Roman back up. And he's sending them back. No, Roman fights out of it. Roman fights out of it. It's a jawbreaker. The Nightmare Jordan Styles hits him with a nightmare knee. Oh my goodness, the blood, sweat, and tears of these gentlemen. The blood, sweat, and tears. The Nightmare Jordan Styles has him right where he wants him. And this isn't looking good. No. No, the Nightmare Jordan Styles counters. And it's a rock bottom. Oh, showing his ass to the corporation. 1. And he sends a steel chair to the ribs. And he's tearing apart the likes of Roman Reigns here tonight. And he throws the trash can at Roman Reigns, the Nightmare Jordan Styles. He's calling for it all. Roman Reigns is out on his feet. Atomic, go miss.
Really thought that was going to work, but now we got a human being we have to scrape off the floor.
2. The Nightmare Jordan Styles gets up.
Ending the count. This match goes on.
Oh my goodness. No. Hit to the back of the head, and he sends Roman back in the ring. The Nightmare Jordan Styles brings out the steel chair again. We're at 3. We're at 4. We're at 5. We're at 6. We're at 7. We're at 8. And Roman finds his way up, and there's a Superman punch. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is out, but no, he breaks up. And he sends him to the ropes. And it's countered by the Nightmare Jordan Styles. Oh my goodness, he was going for a spear. And the Nightmare Jordan Styles hits him with a suplex. And here we go, the Nightmare Jordan Styles. And he leans the table onto the side. The likes of the Nightmare Jordan Styles could be thinking of something vicious. What is he thinking? The Nightmare Jordan Styles is going for it all. It's a buckle ball right into the corner. Roman can be out here tonight. It is a Tope Atomico for the Nightmare Jordan Styles. And it's a coup de grace. It is another coup de grace. It's counter. No. He wasn't letting up on Roman. He sends him to the corner. It's a chop, and Roman counters. Roman takes him to the corner. Oh my goodness! No, it's countered by the Nightmare Jordan Styles. And a huge DDT. And he stomps out the likes of the Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns, the Undisputed Champion, is reeling. The Elimination Chamber winner has him right where he wants him, and it's in the range of a superplex. Here goes the Nightmare Jordan Styles going for it all. It's boom into a final cut. My goodness, the Nightmare Jordan Styles is taking it to a whole nother level. We're at 4. And the Nightmare Jordan Styles gets speared! It's a spear by the Nightmare! Oh my goodness! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Roman starts gloating! 7, 8, and the Nightmare Jordan Styles is back up! No way! He sends him to the ropes! It is a counter by the Nightmare Jordan Styles into a sling blade! And he grabs the... No!
For some reason, he wants this to continue.
No way! The Nightmare Jordan Styles! And he hits him with a Superman punch! We got 1! And Roman has him reeling! And he sends him to the corner! And sends him down! What is he thinking? An elbow! No way! And he comes... Yo! No way! The arena's erupting! It is a spear from Roman Reigns! A spear by the Tribal Chief! The Undisputed Champion! We're at 3! We're at 4! We're at 5. The Nightmare Jordan Styles looks like he's out of it. We're at 7. And the Nightmare Jordan Styles is back up. Roman needs to pay attention. Roman needs to pay attention. He sends him to the ropes. And it's a counter by the Nightmare Jordan Styles into a Nightmare knee. I don't think that it's over with. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is sending him to the ropes again. No way! The Tribal Chief is over. The Reign of Terror is over here. It's over. Superplex into a Falcon Arrow. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is being taken to his limit. No way. We're at 5. No way. No way. Nightmare knee. No way. He brings him back to his feet. It is a clothesline to the back of the head of the Tribal Chief. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is taking Roman to his limit. And here we have it. It's a power. No, what is he doing? He has him up. And it looks like he's sending him to the outside. No. It's a decapitator. And now they're counting. We're at 2. We're at 3. And Roman, Nightmare Jordan Styles is up. And he throws a steel steps at the Nightmare Jordan Styles and he's slumped over. And the count begins again.
And now the realization is setting in.
The Superman punch gets cinched in again. Roman isn't waiting. He's looking for the spear. And it can be over for the Nightmare Jordan Styles here tonight. Roman's up top. And he's going for a splash. He's back at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the Nightmare Jordan Styles is resilient. He's back up. Sending Roman into the corner. What is he thinking? Oh my goodness, it's missed by the Nightmare Jordan Styles. And he begins to stomp the Tribal Chief out. And my goodness, the Nightmare Jordan Styles isn't easing up. What is he thinking? Schoolboy! Super kick! He's going for it all. He's going for it all. He's calling for the Tribal Chief to get up. And the Nightmare Jordan Styles is looking for it all. And a Nightmare knee once again. And he's looking for it all. A swanton. And he drags Roman out. He's not finished. He's bringing him to our announce table. He's bringing him to our announce table. This match is starting to heat up. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns is in a bad way. Because it's a reverse moonsault and the Nightmare Jordan Styles is out.
Instant regret being felt here, I'm sure.
1, 2, Roman and the Nightmare Jordan Styles are up. And now it's a slugfest. No way. Oh my goodness, he's calling for more. The Tribal Chief wants more. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is reeling it in. A chop. No way. And my goodness, the Nightmare Jordan Styles and the Tribal Chief are having a slugfest. He missed. And it's a chop. No way. And he's looking for his submission. He's trying to break the arm of Roman Reigns. This rivalry has taken a turn for worse. For the worst, ladies and gentlemen. Because he has Roman Reigns reeling. He damages the arm of Roman Reigns. And here it goes. There's a spear after missing that chair shot. 1, 2, 3. We're at 4, 5. We're at 6, 7, 8, 9. And Roman has won the second stage of hell. It's not looking good for the Nightmare Jordan Styles. It's 1-1. Who is going to win the last stage of hell for this WWE Undisputed title? Who will have the bragging rights at the showcase of the Immortals? Will it be Roman Reigns or will it be the Nightmare Jordan Styles? We're going to find out here tonight. The last match is taking way and it looks like it's about to go down.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the final.
He rolls out of the ring. Smart veteran move by the Nightmare Jordan Styles. And it's a super kick. Oh my goodness. Boom. And he's bringing them everywhere. The Nightmare Jordan Styles has thumbtacks. And it's a Superman punch.
You can see no.
He's not quitting. The Nightmare Jordan Styles isn't quitting. He doesn't have quit in him.
It might be.
And Roman has the thumbtacks in the ring.
He's spreading those
My
thumbtacks
goodness.
around like the seeds of pain that
The Nightmare Jordan Styles is not backing down because Roman's in a bad way.
Decorated with all that sharp and painful glitter.
The Nightmare Jordan Styles takes the steel chair to the head of Roman Reigns. He rolls in the ring. He finds the Tribal Chief. The Tribal Chief is looking for it all. And he counters the Tribal Chief. No way. He stomps on the arm of the Tribal Chief. He's headed up top. It's a swanton. My goodness. The Nightmare Jordan Styles had him in a bad way. And the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns was almost reeling. And what is he thinking? He's sending him to the corner. And he throws him into the thumbtacks.
there's no way you can continue.
No way, the Nightmare Jordan Styles could be out. And it's a kendo stick. No way. The Nightmare Jordan Styles hits him with a nightmare knee.
World of trouble right now.
And he has him in the silencer.
I don't care how strong you think you are. This is what
And the Nightmare Jordan Styles. Oh my goodness. Roman Reigns has quit. Roman Reigns has quit, locked into that silencer. The Nightmare Jordan Styles is the new WWE Undisputed Champion. He is the King of the Ring winner, the Elimination Chamber winner, and now he is the Undisputed WWE Champion. The Nightmare Jordan Styles has taken the Tribal Chief to his limit. The Nightmare Jordan Styles has now broken the roof of the Ascension era here at the grandest stage of them all, Wrestlemania, the showcase of the Immortals. I'm your host, Rufus Walker, and I'll see you at Raw on Netflix. The Nightmare Jordan Styles has finally done it. The Ascension era continues. And what does he have in store? We'll find out next.